Hello?
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know. I don't have no idea. It just ended and it started to uh try to bring other people to me. I don't know what happened. I thought you got disconnected. Anyway,
Right.
um well,
Hold
we're
on,
here
let me put
now.
a title up.
Okay. Just returned home. Got home just in time.
Here we go. Let's see what's happening.
What's happening, guys? Nice to see you guys here. Um, maybe you can tell why I'm really happy. I'm happy for you guys too.
Well, I'm assuming that's about the markets. Is there something I haven't seen in the last couple hours? I haven't actually seen much. Is there something special happening? But shout out to who was that? Ints.
Yeah, it
I don't.
was. Hold on, I'm just getting them up.
Okay. Let me pull them up as well.
Okay, what's there? Okay, let's see what he's gonna say.
I am upset about Pixel though. It still ain't gone up.
Well, yeah, don't
Well,
get excited about the market. If you're excited because of the percentage gains, don't be excited because it's going to go back down. So don't be excited. And every single person is predicting it. So I wouldn't be getting too carried away right now. Let me tell you that much. So
yeah,
that's
I've
what we
been
were
reading.
going to talk.
Yes,
Go on.
I've been reading some interesting stuff. I guess once we go through the markets, you will get into all of that. But I did see some interesting articles which seem to concur with what you just said, that we can expect to see them go down a bit still.
Yeah, so look, everything is up. I'm not going to go through. Everything is up between 20 and 30%, and some as much as 40%. So if you've learned anything, that should tell you guys that it's a pump. So as much as it's good that the price has gone up a little bit, but it's not gone up a ridiculous amount within monetary figures. But because it went so low, that 40% seems to everyone will do with the green. So
Right.
it's a good thing, but I wouldn't get too carried away and too excited because there is another dip about to come. And the dip, they're saying that when it comes, we're going to get hit with end of week, end of month, and also the hedge funds that have just made this pump happen are going to dump and the price is going to go down. So just understand that everyone who bought has made 40% profit and they're going to dump it. That's what they're going to do. And so just don't get excited. That's why it's not about everything going woohoo like that and then next week being in a downside. So you've got to understand why the market's doing what it's doing. And the
Right.
reason it's doing it is we've just had a lot of hedge funds within a short period of time pump a lot of money into the crypto market to give it that false thing of, oh, it's recovering, so that people like Ints there jump on, buy more, and the market goes up, and then they dump, and the hedge funds make richer. So
Right.
don't get too carried away, people. And I'm bringing you back down to earth because you've got to be ready for what's about to come
Right.
because it is coming. And it's not just me, everybody can see it. End of month, end of week, and the way that the market's been manipulated, um, there is more to come. So if you're in it for the long term, then wicked, but don't get excited too soon.
Right. So now
What?
let
So
me
should I
ask.
take the money out then, or should I just leave it?
No, well, you shouldn't have bought more. If you bought more and you've made some money, then cash it out, or leave it in there if it's a long-term investment. But don't don't be thinking where everything is rosy, because it's not. Like, it's all good because that's what they want you to think. Everyone's seeing green. You're not alone. Every single person today is happy, and me, I would have been, if this was like 2 weeks ago and it had happened in the way it did happen, I would have been happy. But I'm not happy because of the fact of, how can something have £1 trillion wiped off the market and then
Right.
gain 40% back in within a couple of hours, when it took a week and a half to wipe £1 trillion off? Do you
So let me
understand?
ask.
So go on.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So what you're seeing, like in terms of like what you're reading, what you're coming across, everybody's, everybody's saying. And I actually had a conversation with my homegirl last night. We talked about it. We definitely think it's going down again. Also, because it's the end of the month and all of this. I wasn't particularly aware of the pump, happening. But I guess my question is, so what is the reasoning? Like, are you seeing any like specific reasons for why this is happening, or just the hedge funds and the whales are just taking advantage of the
Yeah,
extremely volatile?
they took advantage of the situation, and because and the governments are allowing the manipulation to happen because they
Right,
want people to lose faith in it, and because we're not regulated, people are being allowed to manipulate it, which is fine. And they're trying to
right,
say now, once we're out of this, the government will say, well, you see, we said we should regulate it.
right.
So this is where the hedge funds are just going to ruin this. Um, so look, 40%. I made shitloads of money in the last 24 hours, but
Yeah, I right
it's
too.
not about a long term. It's not
Yeah, it's like get
the,
in and
the
out.
yeah, the short term is good. All right, you make £500, go and buy a dress or buy a nice suit, or do something. But where's the longevity of it is where I would like to see us back on that uphill trend. And until I see that, I'm not going to be happy. And that isn't going to be when prices are jumping around 40-50% in a day.
Right,
That just isn't where it's at. And just as much as we put it in now, Pixel was like, woohoo, like that. Tomorrow he'll wake up and he'll be down, and he'll give him a mood swing, and then at the end he'll be like, oh fuck this shit, I can't be bothered with this anymore. And
right,
that's where the problems start. So I'm sorry, but it's good that the market is green, but I'm not getting overexcited. And unfortunately, you know me, I'll be the first one to jump up and down and tell you, yay, we're on it, we're on it. But let's just be a realistic. We're we're just about, we're not even anywhere near what the price was on Friday.
right,
Let's focus. That 40% gain or 30% gain, 2,400 for Ethereum, 37 for Bitcoin. We were still at 40, and we said we were bottoming out.
right.
So once we start getting around like those figures back up into the 40s, Ethereum back near to 3. Look at Bitcoin Cash, what, 650, 700? We're still less than half what it was 2 weeks ago. Litecoin, 150, $160. VeChain still. VeChain should be pumping like mad right now.
But
It's got,
let me ask you. Let me stop you right there with VeChain. Some of the stuff that I was reading today, well, some of it I was reading about just the markets in general. And I came across a random, actually, not our Twitter fingers. Some just some crypto folks on Twitter, but it was a kind of an interesting thread that suggested that VeChain, um, China may be turning to VeChain as one of two cryptos to focus and back, meaning the Chinese government. Allegedly, this is all allegedly. I'm just repeating things that I saw on Twitter today. But these, some of the people seem to be in the know. Nobody wanted to say specifically where they're getting their information, so it could all be total bullshit. But apparently, there's some like whisperings that China may be investing into VeChain. Have you heard anything about that?
someone posted something up on Discord. If you go to the Crypto House, it's in there as well. But again, it's not enough. There's not enough newspaper feeds or anything about it to make it like whisperings are the words. There's no
Right.
facts or factual proof of it. So
Right. Right.
and that reflects in the price, because if that news came out and it was real, the price of it would have pumped to hell, but it's still at about 10 cents or 11 cents.
Yeah.
So it didn't really do much. So whether, I think people
Well,
must be thinking,
I was wondering if it might, if you know, had you heard of it, or if it might be something. I wasn't thinking it was something that was going to occur right now, maybe in a week, or maybe, soon. I was more thinking at it from the perspective of how the Chinese government has recently been handling the situation with crypto, and they haven't been particularly forthcoming. They came out and made one statement. They banned all the stuff, and then a few days later they said, "Oh, we're not trying to ban it." After they encouraged people to stop speculative trading, they then come out and they sort of backpedal a bit. But the reality is some people knew what was coming with China. Just the masses didn't know what was coming with China. So there was whisperings and there was rumblings, but the masses didn't know. So most everyone else was shocked, but everybody wasn't shocked. So I guess I'm coming from it from the perspective of that. Like, have just really, had you come across any of these little whisperings? And if you had, was there any validity to it from
but
what you
yeah,
were?
someone put something up on the Discord. I read it. I think it was Afro Sam. So look, if it happens, it's great, but I don't think even that's going to. If China's going to do that, they're going to come out and say it. So if
Right.
they say they've got an inside source or anything like that, I don't think these little newspapers will have that. So until China or some major outlet comes out with it, then I'll believe it. But I did read it. Afro Sam put it up, and I thought that if it was main news, people would have started to get back in early. But that might just be down to the fact that the market's not where it needs to be at the moment for people to even take an interest into that. Hold on, who's this? Even even to take an interest into that. So we have to wait and see
Wait.
what comes about with it. So we'll see what happens. Let's play this bubble quickly and see what they're saying. Okay, here's you go.
No. Since I've seen it, I don't feel like buying more. I'll be honest with you. I bought some when it was down to like 40% yesterday. And I bought the right ones, to be fair. But I'm actually thinking to take some money out today.
Right.
Yeah, I'd keep an eye on it, and when if it goes up more, take your money out. Take your money out whenever you see fit. But all I'm saying is, don't expect the market think that this is just us going it back up in the right direction, because it's
Right.
not. I know that for a fact. It's too much, and this similar thing happened about 2 years ago, where we had this run where Bitcoin was at 10 and it went down to 4, and everyone was like, "Okay, that's it," and it went all the way back up to 8, and everyone was like, "That's it, it's done," and literally everything did what it did this time, and then the market, Bitcoin went down to 3, and everything else came down, and then it stabled out and went back up gradually. So with crypto, you should know by now that anything that pumps crashes, anything that goes up gradually stays up. And that's what we've noticed with prices. So for example, even like just talking about Polygon, right? When it went up a little bit every day, do you remember? It, it went up a couple of percent, 5, 10%.
Right.
Then it went up 6%, then 5%. And before we know it, we were talking 40, 50 cents over a week. And then it
Right.
went up a little bit more and a little bit more. And then it was all right. And if the crash didn't happen, it would have continued to go up. But what happened was that the market is you can't just have an influx of that much money into the market from normal people. Normal people aren't doing this.
Right.
So normal people. Let me get the exact figure up for what the investment's been in the last 24 hours. 1 second. So it is.
So you think this is the vast majority of this that's been pumped up today from the weekend in the past week is like whales and hedge funds, basically.
I'm going to just so you get an idea. I want to get the exact figure because I did have up earlier. But let me see what it is now. Okay, so in the last 24 hours, 420 billion has been put in to crypto.
400 billion in
420 billion in 24 hours. That's half a trillion. Half a trillion. Retail investors aren't putting that money in. Let me tell you that. Unless every single person is sitting at a computer and buying £1,000, £2,000 worth of crypto, and that definitely ain't happening. It's hedge funds, and they're pumping the price to try and get retail investors excited. So what they're doing, it's like they're fishing with us. They're throwing the bait out, and we're biting, and they'll hook us in, and then they'll dump it.
Right.
Then they'll catch us, cook us, eat us, and we'll be back.
So, well, I'll be honest. I bought some Polygon and some VeChain, but I know Polygon is going to go back down. I don't know about VeChain, but I figured since they're low, since they were both really low, I just bought them to hold, you know,
No,
because
there's nothing wrong with holding. So if you bought in, like yesterday, like I said, I bought some yesterday, I bought some the day before. But
yeah,
for me, it
early.
yeah, it's for long term. But if you're looking at it as in a short term investment, and I'm not talking about that day trading or anything like that. I'm talking about a week, 2 weeks. I would be looking at when you've made enough profit. Don't be greedy. Take your money out unless you're in it for the long term. If you're in it for the long term, I put a message up on the Discord today. Congratulations, you got a good buy. The market will recover and the price will happen. But I'm not bursting anyone's bubble, but the market this isn't a recovery. This is a pump.
Okay.
And they are manipulating the market. Look at when we go back to Thursday, Friday, over $1 trillion was wiped off the crypto market because people decided and hedge funds decided that this was an opportunity to take advantage of China's situation, and everyone was going to jump in and get rid of this was it. We were going to short it, make themselves a killing. And what did I say on Wednesday? I said if the market, everyone said, oh, the market's recovering. What did I say? Come Friday, the sell-off will happen and we'll be back to square one. What happened? The sell-off happened. All weekend, everybody has been selling. What happens come Monday? Everybody knows that every normal retail investor in crypto will be saying, well, the market always recovers on a Monday. Even we said it, remember? The market recovers on a Monday. So they know we know that. So they'll be thinking, what we'll do, we'll give it a little bit of an extra pump. We'll put some juicy bait on there this time, and they'll definitely buy. So they're giving us 30, 40%. So fantastic. We made some money. And now people will be thinking, okay, it's on the way back up. Let's put more money into it. And what will happen? They'll sell. They'll make the money because they're the ones with the power, not us. Our measly £1,100,000, £1,000,000, that ain't gonna do nothing to the market.
Right.
To manipulate and do this sort of whatever they want to do with it, it takes billions, and that's what I mean. And I'm not talking about billions over a long period of time. It's billions like a short, sharp whack.
Right.
And you go through the whale reports and you can see exactly what's happening. Big amounts of Bitcoin were bought up this morning in lump sums of 300 million, 400 million. Ethereum, 200, 300, 400 million. It's all well and good. Like, if you're buying the dip and you're buying it for the long term, super cool, make yourself loads of money. But if you're buying it as a short term investor and you think you're just going to get in and get out, I'd really stay close to it if I was you, because like I keep saying, it end of month happens every single month. We should know by now. It hasn't missed the month. End of month sell off, big positions close, because you got to remember, it's not just buying crypto outright. There's option trading involved, and
Right.
options have expiry dates. And most
Right.
people, when they do option tradings, they do like a 4 week window from beginning month to beginning end. And when that comes, that last Friday of the month, when that option expires, is whether they have a position to sell or not. And the way I see it is that if people have been doing puts in place, which I believe that they have, even on a period of a week, just like I did on that show with Amri, I did a live show and the market went down, which we could predict it was going to go back up. And I put a call options in place on Ethereum with a decent enough strike price. And just while the show was on, I made myself £800, £900.
Right.
So just to show, like, and that's why these hedge funds and these people will take advantage of it, because they'll think that, okay, so right now, you were doing the 3x leverage, 3x long,
Mhm.
3x short, right? You go
Yeah.
and look at what the price of the short is now and the long. So the market's on
I
the way up. So what's the price of the short right now?
let me see. Going over. I don't know. I pulled out when I saw the turn, but I was watching it extremely closely, and I didn't have a lot of money in. But give me a second. Let's see. Ethereum short. Yeah, because it was up there for a minute. I made a little money. No, not a
So
lot,
I
but I
did
did.
I did 3x Ethereum long yesterday, and we were at $600, and it jumped up to like 1800 for the coin. Just for everyone listening, we're talking about tokenized leverage trading. So you have options with FTX to do leverage trading, but in tokenized form. So you don't need to actually go and do it. You can just buy a 3x token in whichever cryptocurrency you wish to choose. But
Right
again,
now,
if you're a beginner, stay away from that, please. Yeah.
yes, 3x short right now is down and it's 30 cents. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
30,
over.
30, 30 cents. And what's the price of the long?
The long is it's $5.35. Ethereum. This is Ethereum long and short. So
Yeah,
Ethereum long, yeah,
$5.35.
yes.
Okay, and what? And so, okay, so just for you guys
I
to see.
played
So, uh,
of the long. I played short. I played short on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, and I made money on all three over the weekend. But I was watching them extremely closely, and I had put in alerts and all kinds of stop shit
yeah,
in place just to make sure. So I did make money. I didn't lose any money, but I can see how easily you can lose money doing that. So I don't have any of the leverage coins right now. I got out of them. Like I was like on it. I just set alarms at certain periods of time where I felt like, okay, I'm watching this. I'm gonna set this alarm for a few hours and then wake up and check. And I did, and it seemed to me take your money out, and I did. You know, when it looked like it was going the other way. So I made some money, but it's definitely something you can't just do willy nilly. I realize that, but I'm glad I tried it though, so I know what it's about.
yeah.
You know,
It's
I gave
it's
my.
time investment. It's time investment,
It is
and
very much a time.
and when you do it, unless you know what you're doing, you have to invest a lot of time, and people don't realize you might make £100, but if you're watching the charts like for 12 hours a day, break that into an hourly rate, you're better off going and working if you're in America at 7-Eleven, or if you're in the UK, going getting a job at Tesco, because you're
Hmm.
getting paid minimum wage.
Right.
And the
Yeah,
leverage token, the reason I,
I'm sorry, it wasn't a lot of money, but well, when I first started doing it was um, during the week last week. I was playing with it with a little $100, and I was putting it to moving it around with these leverage coins just to see, because I didn't really at first understand it. And I watched the videos they have on KuCoin, and I said, well, let me try it. Just if you lose this little $100, so what? So I just kept playing with that $100. I ended up making like another 100 and maybe like $28. which isn't a lot of money, but I more than doubled my low $100. But I was watching it. I actually was watching it pretty diligently. And so, yeah, if you're not, I'm not equipped to do that on a regular basis, but it was kind of a crazy situation. So I said, well, crazy times call for crazy measures. Let me see, let me see if I can get my low money out of here. And I did, but it's not something I would do on a regular. I just like the option of having, having it there. And I learned something, and I also made a little money. So, you know, yeah,
No, that's
it's
good.
something
Okay.
definitely do on a regular. But we got
Yeah. So
bubbles.
yeah, if you do want to do it, just be prepared to put in a lot of time checking it and make sure you're safe. But you can make money from it, but it is very risky. So just be very, very careful. So the reason I asked for the price was, if you look at it, there's not much between the two, and
Right.
usually there is. So that means that tells you that that price is purely inflated with the amount of people buying and the people selling. So right now, if we were in a major bull market, that price would be up at like that's been almost as high as what did you check Ethereum? Did you?
I checked Ethereum. Yes, I can
Yeah.
check Bitcoin.
So when we were in a major short, the market and or a major long, we were at 16,000 last week.
Right.
Remember when we were looking at it? So
Uh
it
huh.
was at 16. Was it 1600 or 16? One of the two. But anyway, I think it was 16,000. So
Really?
it was, yeah, it was. We were up at 16,000. So now we're down at like whatever we are. There's not a big difference between the two, which means people are uncertain. So
Right.
well, that's the message I'm trying to get to you. So there should be a big gap, like like thousands of dollars of a gap between the two, because we're either in a bull or a bear, and right now people don't know where we are. So no one, because this by the people. So you've got people shorting, people buying, people shorting, and that's where the market, and that's what's going to cause the crazy volatility. So again, for long-term investing, fine, buy bits of it, and the price will go up. So like for anyone who's worried, again, for anyone who's worried about the investments they've already made, there is nothing to worry about with that. We will get back to that before the year end, but we need to get over this silly period. So if anyone's question is how long will it take to get out of this, I can't see any reason why by the end of this year Bitcoin still isn't up at 80k and Ethereum isn't at 5-6k. So the market will recover, but we need to get rid of this whole nonsense of what's happening at the moment. And I think we won't see the back of this. Similar to last month, remember, we had towards the end, always something happens at every single month end. Turkey are going to ban cryptocurrency. The US
Right.
Treasury are going to investigate exchanges. And again, we went through this whole week and a half of uncertainty. And then the month came to an end. What happened? The market slowly started recovering.
Right.
This is a this is a spike. Go and look at any charts. This isn't a gradual uptrend. It's a spike, and whatever goes up as a spike, you should know by now it's going to come crashing down. So if you're buying for the long term, super cool. I bought yesterday. I made some money, but I'm just adding to my portfolio because everything is dirt cheap. And I said to
Right.
Rashad Radio, and I said to everyone today, if we go to 3 months, if I said to you when Bitcoin was at 65k, um, I'll give you a time machine to take you back to January with crypto, what would you do? And everyone was like, "Oh, we'd buy more, we'd buy more." Remember? Now,
Mm-hmm.
imagine you've got that time machine. Ethereum is back up, back down, and you're just going to go back up. And don't, for any reason, think that it isn't going to go back up. This is just a little bit of market manipulation. This is going to be over because it's not going to be in anyone's benefit for the market to stay volatile. It's only good for making short-term gains. And the only reason that the hedge funds did it was because Elon Musk made the price go down at the beginning. So they lost a lot of money. And for them to
Right.
try and gain back that money, they had to
Right.
short and buy. And for some reason, They're just doing what they're programmed to do, which is make money. So just think about
Right.
it logically. That's what they've done. So we'll be back to
So
where we need to be very, very soon. But just if you're thinking it's now, it isn't. That's what I'm
let
saying.
let me ask you. Okay, so in my position right now, the smaller coins that I'm holding, like the V chain that I just bought again at the lower price, and
Yeah,
these ones, I bought a couple of those. I just spread a little money around um, to get some of the coins that I wasn't able to get before when the prices were higher. I just didn't feel
yeah,
confident to get. So I got them. Like V Chain. Well, I had V Chain before, then sold it, and then I got it again when it was dumb cheap. And same with Polygon. Also, Cardano, I got again. I had got and sold that. So those coins, I'm not particularly concerned about what happens across the next couple weeks. I'm going to keep holding those. My question is about Ethereum and Bitcoin. So for me personally, I have most largely been holding Ethereum and Bitcoin, but mostly Bitcoin.
yeah.
Not cashed out much, but I'm way in profit. Even where we are right now, I'm still 4 times in profit in Bitcoin. Do I pull it out um, now and just wait for everything to do what they're gonna do, and then come back in when it's maybe a little more stable, or do I just hold on to the Bitcoin? Bitcoin, I really don't play with too much.
No, so
Primarily,
so Bitcoin and Ethereum, you don't mess about with that. You just keep doing what we said from the beginning. Every month, you put a small amount into Bitcoin, whether it goes up, it goes down, and it's dollar cost averaging. You will make money. But if you stop putting money into it, that's when your benefit stops. So, for example, you should be every month. I told you from the beginning to everybody that you should set yourself a monthly amount that you are going to put into Bitcoin and Ethereum religiously. And you should just not deter from that. Whatever the price is, whether it's $100, $200, $50, if that's what you're putting in every month, you stick to putting in. You never change what you're doing with Bitcoin and Ethereum because Bitcoin and Ethereum, the price is big, but it will give you, your aim is to try and get to owning one Bitcoin as quick as you can. And
right?
this will help you to get to that price so that when Bitcoin does get to 500, 250K, you're up there with it. So
Okay.
just do not stop. Just keep whatever happens religiously, Bitcoin and Ethereum every month. I don't care about its eco-friendliness. I don't care about all of that. That will stop being talked about now. No one's talked about anything eco-friendly, right? Let me just tell you that. Um,
Right.
all you've got to do is just to get on with trying to get to owning one Bitcoin, one Ethereum, and building your Ethereum and your thing. So any money I make, just please understand this. So when I say I'm investing in the small coins, so for example, I bought VeChain, I bought Polygon, bought more Tel, bought more IOTA, bought more everything, and if I was normal, I'd be looking at my portfolio now and thinking, woohoo! But I'm not because I know it's long term and it's going to go back down. So I'm just thinking about it as the price. So regardless, I will make a lot more when it gets back up and they're all the same. I will be more in profit because of the amount that I bought it for, which is fantastic. So the same thing with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So any profits I'm making and I'm buying extra of, I'm selling and leaving the initial investment in and putting the rest of the money into the 4 coins, which I said, which is a must, which is like you must, well, there's more ones. So everyone, if definitely put your money into Bitcoin and Ethereum every month. Cardano, we all know that's the best coin, regardless, eco-friendly, proof of stake, amazing, amazing coin. You got Bitcoin Cash, you got Litecoin, and you got Engine Coin. Tron and that are lower value coins, but I'm not going to talk about them. They're ones which will make money, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, and Engine Coin. Uh, the first four, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, have been around the longest out of all of the ones that we've spoken about. And they're like, how do you put it? They're like, call them like the housing market. They're Well, I was going to say it's a safe bet, but even that's bloody manipulated, isn't it? So, like, think
Right.
of them like gold. Like, you're putting money into them and it's safe. So, right now, Bitcoin Cash is less than half the value it was 2 weeks ago. And there was a reason why that coin was going up in price because of its utility, its transaction speed, and we've got to not go away from those things. And when I'm looking, I'm still buying certain things because the utility is still exactly the same. It's not
Right.
the price falling is nothing down
And
to the
yeah.
nothing down to the individual coins. The
So let
mar the
I'm
God.
sorry. No, no. I just wanted to ask you before we go any further, and I guess this is probably for other people who are relatively new, don't understand about cashing out. Okay, so let's say I need to cash out. I just want to protect my investment. I want to cash some things out, whatever the coins are. I want to cash some out. When do Okay, so with all this volatility, I see the stable coins like DAO and USDT and some of the other US coins and other coins. Is it smart to just flip it into a stable coin and let it sit, or do you just cash it all the way out when you do need to
No,
cash it out? Like if you
you leave it in USDT.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you leave it in USDT. But remember, when you're transferring to USDT, use
Yeah,
ERC20, whatever network you're on. Make sure it's the correct one, not a BC20, depending on which one you're at. And make sure you check what network you're using. That's important.
right. Because I moved my Ethereum from one platform to another yesterday, just because. Well, I moved it from one platform to KuCoin just because I've been in KuCoin more than anything right now. I have stuff in several other platforms, which I'm not really that concerned about. But because I'm around mostly, at least the last 2 weeks in KuCoin, I moved, my Ethereum over there. But I don't want to cash it out. Like I don't. None of this money is money that I want to send to my bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you leave it in USDT.
Okay. Okay. Well, we have a
Okay,
good
let's.
bubble.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Here we go.
Hey, Bitcoin Boxer. I just hopped in. I missed the first 15 minutes, but I'll go back and listen to it later. Can you try and hit me up at some point today? I should be able to take the call at any time today to get on the Discord.
Yeah,
I just
fine.
got super fans on Saturday, so sometime today or when you can would be good. Just let me know. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I'll do it today. I'll do it today.
Blessed day to you, Bitcoin and stuff, and to your co-hosts and all that kind of stuff, Hey, yo, and a productive day. Happy long weekend.
Hey,
Yeah.
You know what? I
nasty
just
what?
pulled out. Well, I had like £600 worth of investment. I pulled up like £400 worth of it. Just kept it in a wallet. Just waiting for it. So yeah, I'll be happy to wait and see when you guys reckon will be a good time to invest back again. I mean, I am thinking long-term investment. I just don't like the idea that it's gonna bloody go down drastically. So I know long-term investment, yeah, fine, it will go down, but yeah, in a couple of days later, obviously when the market's gone really bad and whatever, I'm actually looking forward to buy the decent ones, like the Cardano, Solano, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'll be well happy if you guys can give me heads up with that, man. That'd be great, Bitcoin Boxer. Yeah, cheers for that.
Okay, right. So what you just did there was not right. So what I said was, right, don't be happy because the market's going up. I didn't say pull out everything. So you could just leave it. All I said was don't be thinking this is a recovery. So you could have left it in there because why would you pull out if the market is going up? Like, okay. Oh. So no. Now don't go and put it all back. Yeah, like you've got to understand. So the market is on the up. So for short-term investing, you just got to stay close to it. And when you see it turning back, because it is going to turn back towards the end of the week and month, um, then pull out. But you didn't need to pull out now because it was on the upward trend. Okay, it's fine. Here's you.
So
No, no, it's not. Get a real life. Stop investing in cryptocurrency. Go out.
Oh, get lost. If you've got nothing constructive to say, get off stereo and go get a life yourself, you loser. Okay, here we go.
Hello, I'm listening. I'm on my way into work. I thought this was a fans only talk. You all, I'll have to replay this because I have to do some writing down.
No, it was going to be, but me and Blockchain Jane got disconnected and then it turned into something, and then I didn't want to be rude to the people that had chimed in. Like that gentleman who just left a comment who needs to get some manners. Okay, here we go.
Oh no, oh no, I lost all my money. I didn't really, I'm just messing with you, Bitcoin. I'm glad to see everything's going back up now, though.
Yeah, just it is going back up. It's going to come back down, and then it's going to go back up. So it needs to go back down for it to have sustainability. So what we don't want to see is we don't want to see today 40% gain. We don't want to see another 40% gain tomorrow. We don't want to see another 40% gain the day after. We'd rather see the smaller gains and it's sustained, because you've got to remember all this 40% is profit. And imagine if every day you're making 40% profit, eventually you're going to start taking that profit because you're going to think to yourself, it's going to go down. But yeah, look, it is a good day. I'm not going to shit all over it, because that would be really. I was learning a word today, deadass, but I didn't think I could put that into the sentence. So I'm not.
yes.
I'm not going to. So because I just see Rashad's here and he'll tell me off. But Rashad, if you can leave a comment and put the word deadass in to summarize what's been happening, that would be great. Because obviously I can't do it properly. So look, we are
Very
deadass.
straight up.
We are in a place where it is green, and we should be happy. It is a green day. I just want to make sure we are aware and keep us realistic and keep our expectations in check of what we're looking at and where we're at. And for the subscribers who have been with me from the beginning, you should know every single end of month has been exactly the same. And all I'm saying is the market will recover by the end of the year. We'll be back up at 60, 70, 80k, 5, 6k Ethereum, Cardano up. Everything will be back to normal. Long term, investing is perfectly fine. If you have money in it, leave it in it. Don't sell everything like Pixel just did. Just leave it all where it is if it's for the long term. All I'm saying is don't expect things to just keep going up with the end of month coming and the options closing. It's just not going to happen. So please, please, please understand that, so that when it does happen again, you're like, when everyone's like ringing you saying, it's crashing again, you're just like, shut up. We already know it was going to happen. And that's why I kind of liked a little bit about the bits with the Blue Hat family, the way things are. Like, no one panic sold, apart from Pixel a little bit today, but apart from him, no one else panic sold. Well, I hope you didn't, because that would have been a big mistake. So unless you sold right at the top, unless you sold when everything was at the top and you bought back in, then that was super amazing, and you should be on this show, not me. But if you haven't sold, don't sell, because that money is good money. The only time you're going to lose that money is when you do sell, because you'll regret it when the market goes up. Like I said to Richard, and I said to everyone yesterday, just imagine you're in that time machine and you're going back, and you're going to make yourself an absolute killing. Because I have no doubt that as buying now, I bought more and more and more and more, And even though my initial portfolio is down, I'm going to make much more of a return as the markets recover now. So I'm pretty happy. I've no doubt that the market will recover, but it's just short term. We're in for a little bit of a bumpy ride because that's crypto for you, and we just got to take the rough with the smooth with the rough, whichever way you want to say it, because it's crypto. It's dead. No, I didn't do it right. Dead ass. Oh, here's Rashad. He's gonna correct me on it now. Hold on.
Listen, everybody in the room right now, Bitcoin Boxer and Blockchain Jane have the best, that's right, the best cryptocurrency show on stereo, dead ass. And if it's not them, it's Rashad Radio and Bitcoin Boxer, Bitcoin Money. You feel me? Every Sunday morning, Eastern Standard Times, 10 o'clock. We haven't really ironed that out, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
There you go. So we'll use it in the right way so that we're in the bother. It's otherwise it becomes a situation where we're not in the market in the right way. So look, just be patient and the market will recover. Let's get through some more of these bubbles.
I was excited that everything was going back up, and now Bitcoin's got me all down, saying that everything's going to go back down.
Yeah. It's like drugs. It's like drugs. Trust me, it is. It's up, you're down, then you need some more positive. So call it the greed. Like it's like weed, isn't it? Really? No, weed doesn't get weed. Does weed make you high or chills you out? Doesn't it? Chills you out. Okay.
And also, if I can, leave a final closing statement for my brother Bitcoin Boxer and Blockchain Jane. For everybody out here listening, I do believe the idea for this cryptocurrency survival is long-term, not short-term. All you short-term people, there's different conversations for you somewhere, but this knowledge is good for you long-term.
Yeah, and the reason it is, it's easy for people to be saying things for the short term, but the long-term investors are the ones that win in the end. Just remember that. And as long as you're buying, I told you all, if you're someone who can't not look at the markets, crypto is going to be a very, very difficult game for you. So it's something you've got to understand, that just every month, put that £100, £200 into Bitcoin every month and into Ethereum, whether it's down, whether it's high, whatever it is. Just get used to it and forget about it. But if you're someone who's going to constantly be looking at it and say, I'm bought more, or I'm going to sell, or I'm going to buy, then it's not for you, because you're going to be in a situation of, when it's high, there's an episode, right? I'll tell you what it is. There's an episode, I don't know if you know what it's called. It's called Kings of Queens. Have you seen it?
No.
So it's a comedy. I don't know the name of the actor. Well, he's a UPS driver, and his missus Carrie.
Yes, I love show. Yes.
Yeah. So it's King of Queens, and his missus says, that their friend bought some stock, and that they bought the stock, and the stock went up. So he's like, he gets a tax rebate or a bonus or something, and he puts some money into the stock market. And now he's driving the van, and in the background, it's a picture of a chart, and the chart's going up, and he's like, hi, how you all doing? Woohoo, like that. And then the market's going down, and he's honking his horn, swearing at everyone, and then it's going back up, and he's like, woohoo, like that again. And he's not sleeping at night, not waking up, and like all of that. And that's true. And that's the same with crypto. So if you can't afford to put money in, don't put it in.
Put it in.
Like, and you shouldn't be putting it in if you can't. But what you should do is, if you in it for the long term, just don't look at it. Don't let it affect your life. Just put a small amount in every month and just forget about it. And that's it. And once you've decided, I'm going to definitely put in $50 to $100 in Bitcoin, $50 to $100 in Ethereum, and then with another $100, I'm going to buy different coins that are like 10, 20 cents, 30 cents, a dollar, or whatever they are, and I'm going to try and make more profit that I can then move and put back into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's how you should look at it. And that way, even if you lose on those smaller value, but if you're trying to get rich off the smaller value coins quickly, yeah, you're not going to do it. That's what's not going to
Yeah.
happen. Yeah, and that's it. And I'm a realist, so I have to be like that because this and I did go a little bit astray because some like the way people were before. If you knew what I said, I never. But because everyone said, "Oh, we should do the little, do the smaller," but no, my strategy worked from the beginning, and it's gonna. I'm sticking with it. You buy your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Litecoin, your Bitcoin Cash, and then you just keep adding to it every month. And now, like I said at the beginning of the show, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash are half the value they were 2 weeks ago. So you should definitely be buying some of them anyway. Polygon,
Right.
Tron, VeChain, Crypto.com, all these coins are half the price they were. So imagine you go to a clothes shop, a Ralph Lauren, a Gucci, if you're a lady, Parada, whatever, half price. You take advantage of it while you can. But all I'm saying is, I'm not saying sell what you've got. I'm saying don't think this 30, 40% up. It's just artificial inflation of the price. That's all it is. So just
Right.
don't get too excited. That's all I say. And we're definitely going to see the dip. There's definitely a dip coming. I know it. And everyone knows it. Everyone can see it. I can look at how many short and long positions there are. Everything's roughly around 50-50. So that shows you no one knows what the hell is actually happening.
Going. Yeah.
And there's so much uncertainty that in coins, that's why some prices are up. Everything is generally on the up, but it was expected to be up a bit. If we had woken up today and everything was up like 10, 15%, I would have been like, all right, you know what? That's a good start. But for things to be up 30, 40%, that's not good. It's just not good because it means that people will
Wait,
start taking profit.
yeah, the way it flipped is kind of weird, I would say, from my perspective. Well, honestly, I haven't really watched as, you know, intricately as I have this last month, like literally like picking it apart. But a lot of that was me trying to learn in a deeper way. And I've been able to do that in the Blue Hat family. But I would say just this last weekend, just watching it as closely as I was because I was doing a leveraged coin trading. Yeah, it seemed very strange to me how things were jumping so fast. I mean, I know it's volatile, but the way it was moving was weird to me. From
Yeah.
Friday today. But the other thing I want to say before I forget, because I know we're coming up on an hour, shout out Rashad Radio. I have to say this. Every time I hear you, your voice is fantastic for the radio. You remind me of one of those award-winning radio hosts from like the 80s and 90s with that smooth voice. Like, I just wanted to shout that out. I love it. Love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, hold on. Let's do this. Smokey Okie.
I actually added more money, so yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's it. But you're in it for the long term, Smokey, so you should be happy. I don't mean to shit on it for everybody, but I have to shit on it. I'm sorry. It's dead ass. I know. No, shit. I got it wrong. Okay,
They say
hold on.
dead ass. I
No,
have to.
Bitcoin, I'm fine. I'm just messing with you. I'm bored. I'm driving to a place to pick some stuff up, and I was just bored, so I just seen you on, so I figured I'd come in here and say some weird stuff just to be saying it.
All right. Now, Smokey, that is dead ass. Okay, I don't know if I got that right. I hope so.
So, given the nature of the monthly swing with the market, and things kind of falling off towards the end of the month, and you are going to be, and I am going to be, let's say, I am going to be making a monthly just scheduled purchase of, some set amount. Does it make sense to schedule that, towards the last week of a month?
Yeah.
The last few days of a month,
Yeah.
instead of kind of at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, exactly that. Towards the last week of the month, usually that's when people get paid anyway. I think the last Friday of the month, which is the best time to be making the purchases. So my purchases go out on the last Friday of the month, unless there's something like last week when something went ridiculously low and I had to buy it then and there. But yeah, end of the month is the best time to buy because that's when you're going to get the best deal. There's no point buying it first or second week of the month because you're going to be buying at a high. So it's better to do it at the last week of the month. Okay, look, guys, it's been, oh my God, an hour. Okay, look, if you guys have got any questions at all, please feel free to ask. If not, I'm on a show again in 2 hours with Bex a Million, and we'll be back on talking about crypto and stuff. So come back and join us. Blockchain Jane and me will be back tomorrow at our regular time of 8:30 in the morning. I just couldn't do it today because I had stuff to do today. But yeah, we'll be back at 8:30 in the morning. Hold on.
Hey, just wanted to say, great show again as always, y'all. Blockchain Jane, that was very kind of you. I'm looking to see if I can get my voice in those spaces so I'm not just only on stereo. But yeah, much love to Blockchain Jane and Bitcoin Boxer, y'all. Peace to the room.
Yes.
Peace to the room. Okay, Rashad, you got a fan here. You got a fan from Blockchain Jane. Okay,
Yes.
hold on. Yes, look, she's like, yes, it made me go tingly. Rashad, it made her go tingly. All right, listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a real pleasure again. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you don't, God help you, Instagram me or do something, and we'll be back at 8 o'clock. Blockchain Jane, it's been a real pleasure. Have you got a closing message for the guys?
Well, guys, I guess just like pay attention and hold tight and see where it goes, but it seems like we're still in for a bit of a ride, so just be careful with your coins and your investments, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow at 8:30, and I'll see you guys in 2 hours with Bex a Million, and we'll see where the market's at 8 o'clock and see what changes have happened. If anything has changed, then we'll talk about it then. And yeah, we'll see you soon. As always, Blockchain Jane, an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you 8:30 in the morning. Can you book the show for 8:30 just in case I forget? Because I forgot yesterday, and then we never got that call, and then it always messes up.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, cool.
All right. Thanks, mate. And peace. See you all tomorrow, and see the rest of you at 8. Bye.